Hello guys, you're welcome to my kitchen. It's Nikspicykitchen. So on today's cooking, guys, we're gonna be making some Singapore noodles, also known as rice vermicelli, and I'll be introducing you, walking you down through all the ingredients we will be needing for today's cooking. So firstly, I'm gonna introduce you to the noodles, which is called rice vermicelli. This is made of rice. According to the Chinese, they said it's made of rice. It's also called glass noodles. For some people, they call it glass noodles. So it's used to make the Singapore noodles. Some call it Chinese noodles, depending on whatever you want to call it. So this is the quantity of the rice vermicelli we'll be using. Just 1 pack. I've got my veggies here. This is my carrot, my green bell pepper, my red bell pepper, and my yellow bell pepper. Here is my onions. Here is some chicken breast. You can use any chicken of your choice. You can use chicken steak, you can chicken thigh, chicken laps. I decided to use chicken breast because I prefer chicken breast with, delicacy like this, especially when it comes to any Chinese food. I usually love chicken breast mostly. I have my prawn here. There's the quantity of the prawn we'll be using. I've got my vegetable oil here. I've got my red chili here. I've got my onion powder, garlic powder, mixed herbs, some chili flakes, dark soy sauce, oyster sauce, some seasoning, and salt to taste. So guys, let's get it started as we proceed further. So what I'm gonna do first is to mix the chicken breast and the prawn. I'll be mixing some flavors to that because we need it to be flavored. So firstly, I'm going to be scattering it because it's too sticky together. I'll be going in with my red chili. I'll be going in with my onion powder. I'll add my garlic powder. That's my garlic powder. I'll be adding some mixed herbs. I'll be adding seasoning and little salt to taste. So now I'm going to be mixing that thoroughly with my hands. My hands that I had gloves on. So I'm going to be mixing that thoroughly. And I'm going to set that aside because we're not using it now. So I'm going to leave it aside for probably 15 minutes. I don't want to cover it, but I'll just leave it aside. So now it's time for us to prepare our rice vermicelli. So what I do mostly with rice vermicelli is you don't need to cook it or anything. You just need to add some boiled water to the rice vermicelli. So I'm going to take the heart from the pack and add it in a bowl. Then I'll be going in with hot water. So you let the hot water soak it in. Let the hot water be above the rice vermicelli. You don't really need to let the hot water cook it much. You just probably leave it for 2 to 3 minutes because it's quick to soften, so that you don't let it, if you cook it more than that, it's going to be soggy and you won't like the outcome of it when you're making it. So after that, it's added. So I'm going to wait for probably 2-3 minutes. So I'm going to take out the water by using my sieve. So I'm going to pour out the rice vermicelli in my sieve to drain out the hot water from it. And immediately after that, I'm going to add back into my bowl. Then I'm going to go in straight with a cold water. When I say cold water, yes, cold water straight away, so that it will not continue cooking. When you add hot water to it, if you don't add anything else, it will continue cooking. The heat will make it cook. So it's better you add hot water to it to stop it from cooking. You understand? To stop the process. So I'm going to let that soak properly. And from there, I'm going to be using my hand to separate it, because at times some are so sticky that when you're adding it to your sauce, you know, the thing become very sticky, it won't be separated. So after that, I'm going to be draining out the cold water as well. I'm going to drain it and also look for the ones that are sticky from the ones we've cooked. So I'm going to be taking that out with my hands one after the other. Don't forget I'm wearing glove. If I'm saying my hand, you should know what I'm saying. So I'm going to be taking that out. You can see, as if you want to know that it's cooked, then you just take like a string out and cut it into two with your hands. So you can see I'm taking out the ones that are very sticky. I'm trying to separate them so that I can have it, you know, very light, and I don't want it sticky. So I'm going to take away that water, then I'm going to add it back in the bowl. Then I'm going to use my hand to separate it properly, like properly, you understand what I mean, so that I can have everything scatter properly. I don't want it sticky. I don't even want it, because if you don't do it like that, at the end of the day it might be very sticky and it might end up being soggy when you're adding it to your sauce. So that's what I'm going to do, and after that I'm going to put that aside. That is, so now I'm going to go in with my saucepan and I'm going to add some vegetable oil. I'm going to let that heat up for a few minutes. I'll go in with my prawn and the chicken breast we mixed earlier. So I'm going to be like frying that combo. I'm going to fry it. I'm doing that on a very high heat because I want it to cook so quick, you understand. So probably 2-3 minutes. So after that is done, I'm going to be adding that in a bowl, taking it out and put it in a bowl. I'm going to set it aside. So I'm going to put back my saucepan on the heat. I'm going to go in with my vegetable oil. It's time for us to make the sauce. I'll go in with the vegetable sauce. Oh, what am I saying? Vegetable sauce. Vegetable oil. Sorry. My vegetable oil. Then after which I go in with my onions. So I'm going to be frying that probably for 1 minute. Then I go in with the veggie, which is the carrots, the red bell pepper, the yellow bell pepper, and the green bell pepper. So I'm going to be stir frying that on a very high heat, because if you do that on a low heat, it's I don't know, I don't know, the look you will not even like it, because it might look so kind of soggy, sticky kind of. But if you do it on a very high heat, you get what you really wanted, because we don't want it very sticky or very soft looking. So I'm going to be stir frying that thoroughly. So after which I'm going to go in with my chili flakes. I'll add that to it and stir. I'm going to be stirring that thoroughly as well. So now I'll be going in with 1 cube of seasoning, just 1 cube. Because you know, when we start adding the other ingredients, it's so sweetened, so we have to add just little. And also the salt, I just had little as well to the sauce. So we're gonna be stirring that thoroughly. As you can see, I'm stirring that thoroughly. After which I'll be going in with the rice vermicelli we made. So I'll be adding that to the fried sauce, and we'll be mixing that thoroughly. As you can see. So after adding all of that, I'll be using my wooden spatula. I'll be adding one more to it, so I'll be using the two to mix the combo properly. So now I've reduced the heat a little bit, not too much, but I really reduced it. It was on the highest before, that's 6, so I had to put it back to 4 so that I can stir fry properly. So now I'm going in with my dark soy sauce. And I'll also be going in with my oyster sauce. You know, oyster sauce is so sweet, so that's why I had just 1 cube of seasoning, because I don't want it to be too sweet, you know what I mean. So now I'm going to be stirring that thoroughly, giving a good nice stir. So I'm going to make that circulate. I'm going to let the sauce circulate around the rice vermicelli. So now I'm going to go in with the fried prawn and the chicken breast. We're going to mix that to the combo. And as you can see, guys, that's what I'm going to be doing throughout. Everything is well circulated. So guys, that's the end of it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you love my video, and also tap on the notification bell to get notified each and every time I upload a video. Don't forget to like, share, and also comment. Let me know if I'm making sense, guys. As you can see, what do you think about this beautiful, yummy, crave, satisfying rice vermicelli, known as Singapore noodles? Actually, I do love to call it rice vermicelli because that's actually what the thing is all about. So, you know, it was when I got to Nigeria that I started hearing people calling it rice vermicelli. Anyways, guys, thank you very much. Have a lovely week. Bye, guys.